Hello, Crafty Journaler. Welcome to the Crafty Journaler. My name is Sarah, and this is the Crafty Journaler. In this channel, we do a lot of fun crafts for junk journals. If that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification bell, and let a friend know that we're here. That way, we can grow this channel together. I am trying to currently get to 150 followers by the end of August, so any kind of support and interaction is greatly appreciated. Today's fun video is going to be cluster booklets. So I know I'm not the first one to create it, so I'm not necessarily claiming this as my own or anything. This is just the way I do the cluster booklets. I create grids on mine so that they're easy to tear away. For example, like this. And I don't have to tear the whole page or anything like that. And I have a fun little cluster to be used in my journal. I also like them because technically I could also use these as like little index cards to stuff my pockets, or I could create other types of ephemera with them already. It's an easy way to store your clusters because it doesn't really hold a lot of real estate value on it. So in other words, it's not going to be taking over because it's super duper bulky or anything. You could put these on your desk, you could put them on a shelf, you could even put them in a drawer, and they'll be nice and tucked away. So if this is something you're interested in seeing today, let's go ahead and get started. The things that you'll need are 12 by 12 paper and a sewing machine for today. That's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using a the 12 by 12 paper, and we're going to be using our sewing machine. And you're also going to need a bone folder, or you could also use a credit card, or even your hands should be enough. And we're going to be creating the booklet today together. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to fold your pages halfway, so right down the middle, and then you're just going to securely crease the paper with your bone folder, and you're going to do that for all of them. And you're going to keep in mind the side that you want to work on your clusters, because that should probably be towards the inside. So again, you're just folding your paper down the middle, like so. Okay, we're back, and now we are at the sewing machine. So at the sewing machine, what I would recommend is to make sure that you have a universal needle, which this is a universal needle. You're also going to want to use the thread that you want to use. And once you do all of that, what I would recommend is to set the settings of the way it's gonna like sew. I would set it at number 10 or number 11. Those were the ones that work the best. When you go a little bit lower than that, it usually tears pretty quick, which is not the best for durability. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to be putting it at number 11, which is the straight one that has a little bit, it's a little closer together. Now that we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to start. So we're going to put the paper down, and we're going to guide ourselves with the petal. So we're going to put the paper right at the edge. Now my machine is kind of old and my pedal is a little like wonky. So you just want to make sure that you're keeping in mind and keeping your paper straight. at your petal as well as your petal if your machine is as old as mine. So now we're just gonna start. Actually, before that, we were about to do something bad. You actually want to unthread your needle, so make sure that your needle is unthreaded, because you don't want to sew this part. You just want to start to create the grid. So once you do that, then by all means start sewing. And you're going to be guiding your needle and your paper without like rushing it, without tugging on it, without pulling on it. You just kind of let the machine do the work for you. Okay, so now we have our first line, which is the first tearaway line. Okay, so now we're gonna start creating a grid. This one we're gonna make smaller squares. So we're just gonna I actually use this tape to guide my paper straight. This is optional. I use it for that purpose. So now we are just gonna let the machine do the work for us. And then we're gonna go this way. Let's do smaller ones first. Okay, and then we're gonna stop it right there. And now let's go ahead and do some bigger ones. So let's do maybe 2 sizes of that. So again, it doesn't really have like a measurement. You just kind of eyeball it. Okay, and then on this side, let's do half. So let's try to half the length. So that looks like right down to the half. And then we're just gonna once you're done with that, you should have your paper with a grid. So let me just open it up and you'll have your grid like so. Okay, so now you're gonna repeat the process. You're gonna grab the paper that you're gonna do next. You're gonna put it down the petal, and then you're gonna sew. A little crooked there. I went a little crooked there, but that's okay because again, it's just gonna create character in your clusters. So now we're gonna do individual squares. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a big one like that. And then we're going to turn this around. Place it where we want it, and then we're going to go down we want to stop right there. And then right here, you're just going to fold the paper in a little bit. And then you're going to put your petal back down. And you're just going to go up to the dots. Okay. And now you're going to pull your petal up. Move back to where you were. Let's see. Move back to the middle. And you find your spot. And then you're going to go up a little bit more. And then you're going to turn to whichever way you want it to turn. And then you're just going to, and then you're going to do the same thing again. Go back to your middle, find your spot. And then go straight down. And there you go. You have a different grid. Like so, you have a big one, like a postcard size one. Then you have a index size one, and different ones. So now that you've seen the basics of it, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other three really quick, and then we'll come back and we'll do the next part. Okay, so we're back, and now we have done all our grids. So all our papers have the perforated holes from the sewing machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these together in the order that we want them in. So I'm just going to go like the rainbow color pretty much. So blue, violet, I'm sorry, no. Purple, blue, green, orange, yellow, and red. But in this case, it'll be pink. So we're just going to put them like that together. Make sure they align nicely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get some paper clips. And now what we're going to do is get some, oh, there goes my dogs. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and paper clip these down. I have these jumbo paper clips that I like to use for stuff like this. And we're just going to put on like that. Like that. And like that. And the same thing is gonna go on the other side like that. And like that. Let me grab one more paper clip. Okay, so now that we have this clip down and nice and ready to go, we're going to take this back to the machine and we're going to sew this straight down. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera just because it's kind of time consuming to move the camera again over here and set it up and all of that, and I want to be sure to show you the complete thing before the light goes. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and now we're done, and we have officially done our booklet. So once you sew it down and all that fun stuff, all you're gonna do is fold it down and then fold the other side down. You can even use your bone creaser or your foam folder, and that's how it's gonna look on the back of it, or the spine of it, and that'll be the inside. And now you officially have your book for clusters, and you could start building clusters in there and having some fun with your scraps. I think I'll go ahead and do a couple of scraps on here, or if not this one of my other ones in the next video. But for today, I think we're going to call that a wrap. If you are enjoying this type of content, as far as like DIYs for journals and different ideas that I have for you, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notification bell. That way you are informed of every single video that we or that I post up. I want to thank you, everybody that has been interacting with my content. I really truly appreciate your guys' time. I know there's a bunch of videos out there and different creators, so the fact that you take your time and clicked into my video and stayed all the way through means the world to me. Thank you so much for doing that. I hope you all have an awesome day, and that's a wrap. Bye.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it.